bowler with 4 runs on the board. Kepler Wessels, the South African captain, is taking strike.
Oh, and it's just bounced short of Botham running away to the fence for 4. So Wessels managing to get one away there, down to the boundary.
Botham was at second slip. He didn't move. He was the guy that had to dive there. I don't think it was going to carry the first slip, but watch that nick there. Reeve not coming forward, maybe just a fraction deep at first slip. It was a genuine nick. Botham creeping forward at second slip, but the first slip very, very deep.
Oh, good shot. Magnificent shot. Into the fence it goes.
Andrew Hudson's prepared to play his shots, and Kepler Wessels will need to give him as much strike as possible early on, not to leave him freezing at the non-striker's end. And this was a glorious off drive. It was a full face of the bat. He waited for the ball to come onto the bat.
Into the gap, he loves them there. And appropriately, he smashed the first loose deliveries received in that area to the boundary for 4. And it's no wicket for 27.
13 overs gone. Ian Botham, he'll be bowling from the members' end. Hasn't been too many loose deliveries so far, but Ian Botham struggling to get to the wicket at the moment, perhaps just a little bit stiff and sore. The South African flags are flying. Roth looking to find a bit of loose.
Botham in his effort to get loose here just drags one down, and most of the opening batsmen really enjoy a ball bowled there, and Hudson's no different. He clips it away through the covers. 4 runs.
The second bowling change now. Gladstone Small coming on from the southern end. There's not enough fielders outside the circle to bowl that line and length. Andrew Hudson will be relieved. And that's the 50 partnership for South Africa. The Wessels and Andrew Hudson have done it in 90 balls.
Andrew Hudson loves that square cut. He's got that one extremely well. Beautiful shot.
Certainly a lovely shot, and a couple of very strong cut shots off Gladstone Small, just straying a little, going a little short in length, a little wide. Seems to be a real strength of most of the South African play, square of the wicket.
It's far too short.
Definitely too short, and Kepler Wessels just showing that South Africans are very capable square of the wicket. Definitely one of Kepler's strengths, shown that many times before, and really pulling that away in front of square. Well hit, well timed. No chance for the fieldsman to cut that off. 4 runs from the time he hit it.
And that's 50 for Andrew Hudson, confidently clipped through mid-wicket. He's played very well this afternoon, played some good shots there.
Andrew Hudson growing in confidence the more this World Cup continues, and he'll be delighted with that.
Ian Botham in for the start of his 8th over. And Andrew Hudson flicks this over square leg. He'll get 2 for this. Down to Derek Pringle running round from long leg.
South Africa's 100, and this is their first opening partnership of 100 with 166 balls, and that's a good start. But South Africa just past the halfway mark, really now have to accelerate.
Well, there'll be a change at the members' end. Alex Stewart, the stand-in England captain today, deciding that Ian Botham, after 8 overs for 37, is to be replaced by Dermot Reeve. Well, he's been attacked there by Kepler Wessels. He's timed this well. And he's going to run down to the long-on boundary past Richard Illingworth, the first boundary in 10 overs for South Africa. And also Kepler Wessels 50. A very steady 50 here today. Very good job for his side, leading from the front. Richard Illingworth. Got to be quick. Brilliant fielding from Neil Fairbrother. He's very, very quick in from cover there. Already been the perpetrator of several run-outs for England in this competition. Not happy on this occasion.
Yes, I think the umpire couldn't see because Ian Botham was actually in the way. Beefy's not the smallest of. There you have him standing right over the crease, an umpire right behind, and he can't actually see, but Ian's right in the way.
That's a loop ball. That's the slow ball, and it's been pulverised before. It's found the gap very well, Andrew Hudson. And Dermot Reeve is not a happy man. He went over in the footholes as he delivered that ball. And he's actually had a little bit of a problem at the top of that right leg through the tour, which he's been nursing. And this will not be good news for Dermot Reeve. England, of course, at the moment already nursing several injuries in the camp. Graham Gooch and Alan Lamb nursing hamstrings in the dressing room today. And Reeve here threatening to add to their woes. Very uncomfortable. And it looks very much as though he's going to have to replace Dermot Reeve. There's no point in going on at this point if Reeve is suffering. And he's had a word with Graham Hick. Graham Hick, the off-spinner, who has bowled for England under these circumstances. He looks as though he's going to have to finish the over for Dermot Reeve, who's going to leave the field.
So Kepler Wessels has jumped up to 5th on the list of run scorers in this series. Well, as we talked about earlier in the day, there's a lot of gaps to try and cover in this outfield. The big field at the MCG, 4.23 run rate. It's in the air. That's quite an easy caught and bowled there for Graham Hick. Andrew Hudson continues his difficulties against the off-spin bowling. Patel, Taylor and now Graham Hick have claimed his wicket throughout the series.
There'll be captains around this World Cup scene and in other parts of the world make the mental note of this for Andrew Hudson, that he has awful trouble with spin but very little trouble with pace. Graham Hick claims the first wicket, breaks the opening stand. 1 for 151 in 36.
Peter Kirsten yet to score. He's had some injury problems as well. Missed one game. He's immediately into battle. He's cleared the boundary at mid-off, and that's 6 runs. And it's a fairly comfortable way to get off the mark. And that puts him back on the top of the leading run scorer chart in the series. Shows a little bit of his confidence and his form. Kepler Wessels has played quite an adventurous shot. That's the straight pull.
Looks to me as though South Africa might set a target round about 240. It'll be a good contest because although there are some injuries around in the England side, they're still a powerful batting lineup.
It's in the air. There's a fieldsman back out there. No trouble. Robin Smith, the fielder there, just behind square leg on the boundary. Peter Kirsten came in and immediately tried to lift the run rate. He hit a straight 6 from Richard Illingworth's last over. Tried to pick De Freitas up on the leg side this time. Has managed to find Robin Smith.
beautifully timed. He's picked it up wonderfully well, and that is a long boundary out there. Robin Smith is some 20 yards, 20 metres inside the boundary, but it was a long way, perfectly timed, too well timed as it turned out. 2 for 170 in 39.
Jonty Rhodes is the new batsman.
Unbelievable.
Another lovely bit of outfielding by Phil Tufnell. Magnificent improvement. 12th man, he's already out there tonight. The tactics of England in the next couple of overs will be very interesting.
Well, this is going to be out. Straight to Smith. He won't drop it. And to his credit, Wessels going for the big one there, realising that he had to keep going, try to smash that one rather than just chip it. It's a long, long boundary down there. No one knows that better than Simon O'Donnell.
No, it's a very long way and very difficult unless you hit about a 3-iron to get it anywhere near the fence there, and Kepler Wessels hit that quite well. As you can see, there's plenty of room between Robin Smith and the fence. Takes an easy catch. Right stomach height, Graham Hick has become a very good foil here at the moment. Picked up another wicket. Put a bit of pressure back on South Africa as Kepler Wessels leaves for an excellent 85 off 126 deliveries and leaves South Africa 3 for 201 in the 46th over. Adrian Caper, 32 years of age, his 10th international match.
That's well bowled, right up in the block hole. There was nothing much you could do about that. And this is good running. Yes, he's come back. Oh, he had to go. You can't fiddle around at this stage of the match. Adrian Caper had to go there. He may not have made it, but I think little Jonty Rhodes had the right idea. They've got wickets in hand and they've got to take chances. Unfortunately, he's been run out.
Just a touch of inexperience there from Jonty Rhodes. Definitely not a second run for mine. Adrian Caper hitting that very well down to Illingworth at mid-off. Complete confusion there, and neither batsman having a chance. Alex Stewart taking the bails. Jonty Rhodes departs. And a big smile on Adrian Caper's face. Jonty Rhodes goes for 18. South Africa now 4 for 205.
Nancy Cronje is the new batsman. We'll hand over now to Bill Lawry, and with him David Gower.
Thank you, Tony Greig, and Graham Hick doing a good job here with his off spin, and that's a miss-stumping going down the leg side. He pushed it a fraction wide. Maybe there was some pad there, a deflection, and it goes all the way. We'll watch for the call. It's by, so valuable runs for South Africa in the 48th over. Adrian Caper on strike. Some room, but doesn't. Yes, he does beat him. Backward point. That's a boundary they needed. Thick outside edge.
No third man with both long on and long off back. Caper's given himself room. He's beaten the third man within the circle. He's beaten the point, and it's run away for 4 runs.
First boundary off the bat, 10 overs, so England have defended very well here on this big MCG.
Well, we've seen New Zealand in this competition using the off-spinner at the start of the innings, which is not a normal tactic, and here at the end of the South African innings, Alex Stewart there is keeping Graham Hick going and using the spinner at the end of the innings.
Well, it's a big ground too. He's defending well. Stewart, reverse sweep, and that's beautifully played. And once it comes off, and it'll go all the way for 4. In fact, it doesn't. It just stops inside the run 3. And slowed down the hill there. That was a good shot.
Very good example of a successful reverse sweep. The batsman well in position early, waits the ball, Caper, watches it carefully and places it beautifully. And it's a chase for Derek Pringle to save the boundary. See the eyes on the ball there, watching it all the way down.
3 balls to be bowled. Sweep's fine. It's Lewis with a good arm. They're taking him on. Great effort, but good running. Excellent fielding by Willis. He must be tired. He's been working hard in the outfield, picking up on the run, and a good throw.
Good thing about this running here was that Cronje set off immediately, deciding he was going to run 2, unlike one of the earlier mix-ups before when that wasn't quite the case.
I look for 2 again because Smith's deep. Good cricket by South Africa. Important runs these.
Oh, very useful runs indeed for the South Africans. Taking them into the 230s. Will give them something to aim at.
The final ball, 10 runs off this over so far. He's got to go over the top if possible. 4 or 6. He doesn't beat Hick, so that's a good effort by Hick. The final delivery. Fires it back to Alex Stewart, who did well with the gloves, but a very good...
A bit of a target, but I wouldn't say that South Africa are completely safe. Safe past the second slip and 4 runs. Alex Stewart will be telling himself on the way back that no one will remember how that 4 was scored. It goes down in the book. Thick outside edge, went very fast past second slip.
It's Alan Donald getting Stewart to not move his feet. As a result, there's an outside edge just out of reach of Brian McMillan there. Donald not at all happy about the 4 runs coming off his bowling.
Some good touch, tell you. Alex Stewart. 2 wonderful strokes in that over. It's none for 32, needing 237 to win.
I'm just troubled by the extra pace of Donald, but keeping him out, jumping on occasions, getting onto the back foot. That's a great shot.
Beautiful shot by both of them. Not a very good delivery, mind you. It was up and on leg stump. You can think of a few players that may have smashed that to the boundary. Both of them looking relatively cautious. I won't say that I've ever seen him with a huge pad like that covering that area around about the rib cage. And
well, he's 36 years of age now in both, and he's prepared to go in first when the pace is about. He's not shirking the issue, so why not have a bit of padding? Certainly giving it all for England and having a very good World Cup. Stewart drives, and that's through. Glorious on drive. England on fire here at the MCG. Beautifully placed in time. It's slowing down. They'll run 3. Both of them just a little bit slow. They thought that was going, but it was slowed down in the end. It's a long hit down there too. Straight long on, but beautifully timed shot.
it's good Surrey drive here. Bulgins from Sri Lanka. He's at the southern end of the ground. Umpire Aldridge from New Zealand, the other umpire. A wicket for 47 now.
Good shot. That brings up 50 for England. Well played, Alex Stewart.
Yes, this has been a superb innings by Stewart. 64 balls, and by any standards, that's tremendous.
Millen coming into the attack at the southern end. That's a great shot. That's the class all-rounder at his best.
Well, he's given that a bit of beef, that's for sure.
He waited for the new bowl on Millen's first ball. His first boundary, but he hit it so cleanly and so straight. No risk at all. The full face of the bat. Hits the 30-yard line and races away for 4. Superb cricket. And all of a sudden it starts to rain. Well, that's Melbourne for you.
Well, mate, you keep telling us what a beautiful day it was this morning. Here we are. We've got all these people out here and it's starting to pour down with rain. You've been carrying on. Come out here. Beautiful day it is. Lovely place it is. We've been shown all these beautiful pictures, and this is really a tragedy. The rain beginning to pour down now. The outfield getting absolutely saturated.
The rain meant 43 minutes lost. The match was reduced by 9 overs. The New England target 226 off 41. They're none for 62 off 12 at the moment, so it's another 164 from 29 overs.
And Ian Botham is on his way. That middle stump has been shattered again. It's a very happy Brian McMillan, and South African supporters in the Castle Corner are very excited about it. And so they should be, because that is one of the main danger men out of the way, Ian Botham. There they are, having a look at the stump vision. The middle camera, the middle stump in which the camera is hidden, has been shattered, and so have the hopes of Ian Botham, as he's tried to whip this one away on the leg side. And that is the death rattle. McMillan is a happy man. South Africa have put an even bigger dent into England's hopes than the weather did. 1 for 63. Robin Smith is the new batsman, 28 years of age. Played 40 matches for England, career average of 39, and the reason he is there is because Ian Botham, after the delay for rain, and McMillan, the fast bowler, the middle stump is absolutely destroyed. Ian Botham has a good look back at it. There's another look at Ian Botham's departure. That's out, caught behind. It's a big, thick edge. Robin Smith, England well aware of the fact that they need to keep this run rate going. They had their momentum interrupted by the rain. The frustration of coming out and knowing that the overs have been reduced, but the target only slightly reduced, has put some pressure on the England batsmen.
Smith and Botham gone almost immediately. That was a very, very thick edge. And Richardson has taken the catch. Now South Africa on top here after a good start by England. And it's 2 for 63.
Graham Hick is the new batsman to join Alex Stewart.
There'll be just a little bit of extra life in the pitch. It was a superb batting pitch before. And he's gone. He's caught behind by Richardson. One bowled and two caught behind in a very short space of time here at the MCG.
Well, how things can change. The pressure really on England. The South African supporters are delighted. The South African captain is really delighted. He raced up to his bowler and he's talking with Brian McMillan, the other bowler who took the 2 wickets. And this is how Richard Snell picked up Graham Hick. Caught behind, Richardson taking an easy catch. Richard Snell delighted with his work. And there's the captain, absolutely delighted with what his bowlers have done and what the rain has done to help him. So England, there is the new batsman for England, left-hander. That's certainly found the gap. He's racing across the damp outfield. That's his 50. He faced 61 balls, and after a reasonably slow start, Alex Stewart made a very rapid bit of progress through the 20s, 30s and 40s. He came to a sudden halt with the rain. The England side well supported here this evening. They've enjoyed Alex Stewart's batting.
7 wickets in hand. They've been going along just over 4, but they need 7. 7 runs per over. Hansie Cronje getting that one smashed straight down the ground.
Yes, I think Hansie Cronje has been lined up after his last over, and both Fairbrother and Stewart now fancy their chances. Stewart here comes down the wicket, gives himself just a bit of room and places it perfectly. 1 bounce 4 over the long vacant boundary mid-on. There you see Neil Fairbrother. He's got a strike rate of 75.9, so he is very effective in these limited over games. He's got 100 and 350s. He's very dangerous.
Oh, he's hit that miles into the stand. Well, one way or the other, it's 6. It was a rank full toss, and he was there waiting for it. There's a rope down there, so if it did just hit the top of the rail, it wouldn't have mattered.
It's Adrian Kuiper here. Bowls a slow delivery and full toss, which disappears.
Yes! It's confusion, it's confusion. Jonty Rhodes at point. And that's a disaster for Alex Stewart. The ball went straight to Jonty Rhodes at point. Jonty Rhodes, who's seen all through the competition, one of the best fielders in this competition. And there was hesitation. Alex Stewart eventually decided to carry on with the run and didn't beat the throw-in. Taken by Pringle just by the crease at the far end. Hit the stumps and Alex Stewart has run out.
Well, that's the old yes, no, wait. Oops, I'm sorry. Jonty Rhodes again brilliant in the field. He's done some marvellous things for South Africa. He's worth his place in the side just for his fielding alone. Merrick Pringle makes sure of it. Umpire Julius Bulgens has no doubt about that one. And the South Africans are delighted because they know if they can keep taking wickets, they must win the game. England's momentum has been slowed again. Alex Stewart, magnificent innings of 77. England 4 for 132.
Dermot Reeve has arrived at the crease at the non-striker's end to replace his captain of the day, Alex Stewart. Great shot from Neil Fairbrother. He came down the wicket, and that's timed so well that it's beaten the man 90 metres away on the point boundary, and that's 4 runs.
That is a good shot. Fairbrother very strong in that area, square of the wicket and behind square. He's actually jumped down the wicket to Merrick Pringle here and flat batted this shot just wide of Jonty Rhodes.
There's a problem, I feel, as a runner comes out for Dermot Reid, Graham Hick, and it always causes some confusion in a situation like this, having the 3 batsmen out there. Good shot, good placement. Brings up 50 for Neil Fairbrother. It's been a super knock. Hick coming back. That's the difference. The fresh runner. Hick through quickly. 50 off only 60 balls faced for Neil Fairbrother. Fine knock. That's in the air, should be out. McMillan's got a big pair of hands and he takes a very good catch in the end. Judged it pretty well.
He's a slipper in the early overs, Brian McMillan, which usually means that he's got a pretty fair pair of hands. And big man had to turn and get around there, but eventually a good catch. Dermot Reeve just mishitting that one. In fact, it was almost a spoon shot, that one. And that's a good catch by Brian McMillan. And so an important wicket for South Africa. They badly needed that one. Reeve on his way, and England are 5 for 166.
Chris Lewis is a very handy middle order batsman, a good strike of the ball. That's a good stroke. Good stroke. 4 will it go? Yes. Chris Lewis rising to the occasion here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Beautifully timed, wafted off drive.
Kuiper is the one South African bowler who varies his pace quite a bit. That was the slower ball. But unfortunately, it just pitched a little outside off stump, gave Chris Lewis some room. And he's such a wonderful athlete, so well coordinated, Lewis.
This will be close. He's home. Great running, superb running. What an effort. Oh, my word, that was speed.
This is an athlete, all right. Bilton wasn't all that far away at mid-wicket, but Lewis has hurt himself. He is a bit injury-prone, Chris Lewis. Throw was right on top of the bails to Adrian Kuiper. Lewis, in scrambling to get home, has just done himself some sort of damage. He's done pretty well. The umpire's done pretty well also.
A good shot into the gaps. That'll go all the way. Chris Lewis in great touch. Superb placement.
Well, the other day at Ballarat, I think it was 73 off the last 5 overs that England scored. The batsmen who did that were Neil Fairbrother, Chris Lewis, Alex Stewart. They were the blokes out there. They've got 2 of them in this situation. They've still got 5 wickets in hand, so really the game's swinging very much in England's favour.
He's done a good job, Kepler. He hasn't panicked. Still forming inside the circle. He hasn't gambled on bringing up the extra men. Lewis. Oh, fine shot. What a shot under pressure.
Well, he got into form in Ballarat. He only faced 6 balls there, scored 20 runs. This really is the shot of a batsman. This is not tail end slogging. That is a magnificent batsman shot on drive that any top order player would be delighted with.
The last 50 runs coming off 39 balls, but that was superbly timed and placed. It was always going to be full. It's a big ground, the Melbourne Cricket Ground. It'd be an 85-metre boundary. One feels this pair hitting the ball so well. And the placement has been spot on both sides of the wicket. Oh, there's a chance. Johnny Rhodes got him. Yes, Johnny Rhodes. There was no run there. Lewis was backing up, sent back by Fairbrother. The throw was slow and steady, and Donald does the rest, so it's not over yet.
Well, just when they've done everything so well, Chris Lewis and Neil Fairbrother ended up in confusion. And it's that man, Jonty Rhodes, again at point. He's in, and he's always accurate with that throw. Alan Donald completes the job. Chris Lewis stranded well short. He's played very well there and shows his frustration. That's been a great knock for him. It's got them right on target. 33 and 22 balls, and England now 6 for 216.
Pringle comes out after Chris Lewis just lost his way there a bit, because that ball was hit straight to Johnny Rhodes, and Fairbrother was aware of it. The call was early, but Lewis had backed up so far. There was a call, wait. It was only a metre out of his crease, and Lewis had charged down the pitch, and a good steady throw from Johnny Rhodes. They need 9 runs off 11 balls. That's safe, and it's racing to the gap, could go all the way, it stops, it goes. What an innings by Fairbrother.
Neil Fairbrother delighting the many, many English fans who've come to the MCG today. They're jumping up and down in their seats. And he's gone, he's taken the lofted route, over point, split the 2 fielders in the deep cover and the 3rd man. Richard Snell is the man who, a smiling Kepler Wessels, has given the task of bowling this final over of the English innings.
Pringle on strike. Chips it, he's out! He's caught! What a catch! Tripped it over. Did he get through? Well, watch where the umpires call back Fairbrother. He ran, but did they cross? That's the question.
Well, Neil Fairbrother would have done very well to cross there, I must admit. Derek Pringle's hit that very firmly. Straight at the man at short mid-wicket, who's just managed to jump up, knock the ball up and caught it on the rebound. And South Africa have not given up yet.
It didn't go quite hard enough to you. The man was brought in there. It was a great mark.
Adrian Caper, the man, a very good catch under those circumstances. England's 7th wicket down. The scores are level. There are now 2 balls left. England, of course, would just love to make sure it's a win. The tie will do them nicely. It's a very good catch from Adrian Caper. He's in very close at short mid-wicket.
Yes, the shot was perfect, really. It was a full pitch. It was maybe a bit fraction slow, I'm not sure. He picked it up and just tried to clip it over the infield. And Adrian Caper took the mark at the 2nd grab. So scores are level, 2 balls remaining, and it's Philip de Freitas. Wow, the crowd here, there's a buzz around this massive stadium. It's about a quarter full, 25,000, but the roar is magnificent. There they are, Fairbrother. He'll be the match winner if they win. And de Freitas has to put bat on ball, and they have to run at least a single.
De Freitas and Neil Fairbrother, colleagues at Lancashire. Neil Fairbrother giving Philip de Freitas some very, very clear and explicit instructions.
He'll come out of the room of the dressing room in front of 25,000, the bright lights here, magnificent scene. He's got to be nervous, Philip de Freitas, and Richard Snell doing a good job. They'll probably run for anything because that'll get Fairbrother on strike. Here it goes, it's through. Victory for England, and a good one.
Well, this is a fabulous comeback for England. There's been so much talk about how fair or unfair the rule about the reduced overs and the targets been over this competition. England set a stiff task there by South Africa, but they've come through with flying colours and they've delighted their many, many supporters here.